once upon a time in a world of magic, light, and darkness.
Kal's hands moved methodically, her muscles tense as she hammered a wooden plank into place. The fence had been torn apart by a wild brasmorak that had wandered in from the Shadow Wood. And while repairing it was part of the usual work in Sirendar. Kal couldn't help but feel the weight of her own thoughts pressing harder than the work at hand. Vazla, kneeling nearby, secured another plank with quick, skillful motions. "Your heart's pounding a bit hard today, Kal," she remarked casually, though her gaze lingered on her friend. Kal stiffened, not bothering to look up. "I'm just working hard, that's all. We need this fence finished before another brasmorak finds its way through." Vazla smirked, continuing to hammer as she spoke. Or maybe it's because this is the same place where that traveler from the Order of the Light stayed. Kal's hand slipped slightly on the hammer, but she quickly recovered. "It's nothing like that." "Come on, Kal," Vazla teased, her voice playful yet observant. "It must have been exciting having that handsome traveler touch your face, linking with you like that. A magical connection." Kal rolled her eyes and shrugged, trying to seem indifferent. It was just a touch, a connection for when the Gubashian or someone else needs to be freed of lycanthropy. That's all. Vazla's smirk deepened as she stopped her work for a moment, her eyes twinkling with curiosity. "Have you used it?" Kal shot her an incredulous look. "Of course not. I wouldn't abuse something like that. It's only for important communications, and there haven't been any." Vazla chuckled softly, her gaze never leaving Kal. "Ah, so that's the problem." Kal stood up straighter, her eyes narrowing in confusion and annoyance. "What are you talking about?" "There's been no reason to communicate," Vazla said with a knowing grin. "That's what's bothering you." Kal slammed her hammer down on the ground, her voice sharp with irritation. "Nothing's bothering me, Vazla. You're making things up." Vazla, clearly enjoying herself, shrugged and went back to her work. "I wouldn't blame you if it were true, you know. I would have liked to be a maiden that night myself. It must have been a thrill." Kal's face darkened, her voice dropping to a warning tone. "Vazla, stop. This conversation is pointless." "Why?" Vazla asked with a mischievous glint in her eyes. "It's not like we'll ever have that chance. We're not pretty enough to be maidens. Our lot in life doesn't include spending the night with travelers like him." Kal paused, something tightening in her chest at Vazla's words. Slowly she spoke, her voice quiet but firm. He wouldn't have done that. Vazla, intrigued by the sudden shift in Kal's tone, tilted her head. What do you mean? Kal stared at the ground, struggling to find the right words. He's not that kind of man. He's committed to his duties. That's what I saw in him. It wasn't about anything else. Vazla raised an eyebrow, her curiosity growing. Really now? So you got a good read on him, did you? Tell me more. Kal felt a swell of frustration rise in her, but she kept her voice steady. You should focus on the job, Vazla. Be more like him, committed, discipline. Get the work done instead of making idle conversation. Vazla grinned, shaking her head. We're nearly finished anyway. What's the harm in talking a little? Besides, she added with a more serious tone, it's not good to keep things bottled up inside. You know how it interferes with controlling our lycanthropy. We all have to let things out sometimes. You can trust me, or Maisel, since you and her are practically inseparable. There's nothing to let out. Kal replied tersely, her jaw set. Vazla shrugged, giving her a sideways glance. Fine. Keep telling yourself that. The two women worked in silence for the next few minutes, each lost in their own thoughts. Kal focused intently on her task, trying to ignore the gnawing feeling that Vazla's words had stirred inside her. She didn't want to admit it, even to herself, but there was something unsettling about the way she couldn't stop thinking about the Cassidan. His touch, the connection they shared, it lingered in her mind longer than it should have. But she couldn't allow herself to dwell on it. There was too much at stake, too much responsibility resting on her shoulders. She had a duty to surrender to the warriors and to herself. Anything else was just a distraction. Finally, Vazla broke the silence with a satisfied sigh as she secured the last plank. There, job's done. Kal nodded, grateful for the distraction the finished task provided. Good. Let's hope that Brasmarek doesn't come back. Vazla smirked, giving Kal a knowing look. Don't worry, I'm sure it won't. But if it does, maybe it'll give us something else to talk about. Kal shot her a warning glance, but inside she couldn't help but feel a pang of uncertainty. Something was stirring beneath the surface, something she wasn't ready to face just yet. As they gathered their tools and prepared to leave, Vazla's words echoed in Kal's mind. Don't keep things bottled up. It'll interfere with your control. But control was all she had left. And she wasn't ready to let it slip.